Hard. Think real hard about it. Is this something you really want to do? Are you really committed to it? Because we're committed to you. And we'll be all in, and we're going to give you all of our support and send you off. We work very hard with the research centers to have these placements be available. They're amazing experiences. So we want you to be as committed to us as we are committed to you. Secondly, I want you to bear in mind that you take with you Norman Borlaug's legacy. He started this program with John Ruan. He believed in it so much. He was, his message was that you're the next generation, the leaders for tomorrow. And when you go, you take his name, you take the World Food Prize name, you take your community's name, your school's name, and your family's name with you. And so we expect from you that you will act accordingly and that you will conduct yourself in that way so that when you leave, you will have added to his legacy and there will not be anything that detracts from it. And so we are sending you to a place where almost every instance the rules and the laws are not as stringent as they are here in the United States. And so we want you to commit to us that you will act and live abroad in the same way and follow the same rules that you would here in the United States. Whether it has to do with consumption of alcohol or controlled substances or safety or any other thing that you might undertake. And I understand that's not necessarily such an easy thing to ask, because there may be older graduate students around and they'll kind of take you under their wing and want to be nice to you and take you out on Friday night, and whether there's beer or alcohol or other things around, we want you and expect from you your commitment that you will not do anything that detracts from Dr. Borlaug's legacy or the World Food Prize. You will not do anything that puts at risk our ability to send another student to this research center again next year, and not anything that would bring anything to your family, your community, other than glowing praise. And I hope it would never come to be the case, we find the experience and the relation. So it's another thing to keep in mind as you come to go to this. It will be there's an orientation that we have in May. We haven't quite set the date, but if you're chosen to be a Borlaug-Ruan and be here for a day, be thinking about visas. And of course, to get a visa, you have to, I don't know if everybody has a passport or not, but my suggestion would be, if you don't, go home and start the process. If you're not selected, you'll be able to use the passport. It'd be good to have. But you want to be able to have a running start on getting the visas. And visa application and processing can take a lot of time. And it can take more time, and sometimes member of my staff, a former Borlaug-Ruan intern, by the way, one of the very first, and she's going to India, put in the paper, and she got her passport and visa back the day before the flight. Arriving to Chicago to get their visas, where they're calling, oh Lisa, what do we do? Help me, I don't know what's going to happen. So, get it going on that. Lisa has some, information and background, and she can assist you with that. Or other medical precautions, you'll be responsible for getting those done in this. And what we do is we buy your ticket, we pay for all of your housing and meals at the research center you're going to. We will provide $400 of, I like to call it walking around money, for Lisa always says, for emergencies, but so you have a little cash. Any additional money is between you and your parents and what you can take with you. We provide health insurance, need be, if you got very sick, to bring you home and make sure that you have proper attention, and usually every year somebody in that regard. So we want it to be a marvelous experience. What you have to do to pay us, you have to write a paper, and you have to talk about your substantive, scientific experiences, plus the cross-cultural experiences. And if each year we pick winners and to do the best papers about their experience and bring them to the World Food Prize, and who knows, maybe two of you will be standing up there right before the World Food Prize laureate gets his or her $250,000 check, and you'll get a certificate. But it'll be, one of the, but it's still pretty nice award and recognition for that. The experience, though, is transforming. And each year I do this. I speak, I tell all the parents, take a careful look at your son or daughter when you say goodbye to them and they get on the plane, because the same person isn't coming back. Because I spend, last October when all of you were at the Youth Institute, and I spent the morning while you were giving your papers with the Borlaug-Ruan interns from the year before. And I sit around the table and I'm just always blown away by how different they are. They're now so worldly, so experienced, so enthused. And I then tell them that to be sure and convey to all of the Youth Institute students who are going to be listening to them in the afternoon talk about how they spent their summer vacation, because they were exactly the same in other part of the world. The other pretty neat thing now, connection that exists between our Borlaug-Ruan internship and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Secretary Vilsack came last year to our ceremony and announced that he was creating a special internship program within the Department of Agriculture, and that every Borlaug-Ruan intern would automatically be eligible to become a Wallace Carver intern. And they will be invited, and all our interns from last year will be invited this June to go to Washington. There'll be a week-long program, and you get to meet all sorts of interesting people and senior officials in the U.S. government and outside. And then you would have a paid internship with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and that can lead on to other opportunities. And Keegan Kautsky knows a great deal about this, so he'll be able to tell you more about it. But there's great opportunities that can come from this program. So again, my congratulations to you all for your initiative in being here. I wish you the very, very, very best of luck. I hope everybody makes it and you're all dazzling in your interviews, and convince our committee that you should be chosen. And if not, it won't be because, it'll only be because we just don't have enough spaces for everyone. We're working on getting more, but there. So I'm not sure if I've forgotten anything or that I ought to mention. I'm happy though to stay and answer questions as long as you all would like. And so let me stop there and see. I was just so thorough and complete. I hope I see everybody back in May.